So hello friends, welcome back at Mahakal IAS, and today we are going to start a new series, that is we are going to complete polity, and it will take around 30 to 35 lectures, right? So in 30 to 35 lectures we will complete whole polity, and it will be beneficial for prelims examination, the polity part, and also mains examination, mains part. There are several topics in maths syllabus also, right, for UPSC examination, and for prelims also. The trend which is followed is like the 10 to 15 question you can see in prelims examination every year. So our motto is to solve these 10 to 15 question in prelims, and also in maths examination. If we talk about weightage, so it is around 100 to 110 marks, right? So in GS2 paper, General Study second paper, 100 to 110 marks comprises of polity section, and rest 50 to 70 marks is governance, social justice, and 50 to 70 marks is international relation. So the major component of GS2 is polity, governance, social justice, and international relation, right? So today in this video we are going to discuss about the basic concept, and we are going to discuss about constitution, right? What we are going to discuss? We are going to discuss about constitution. So the first major question which emerged is, what is constitution? Yeah, what do you mean by constitution? So basically constitution is basically a fundamental law. Constitution is basically a fundamental law that need to be followed in letter and spirit, so that the liberty, the equality, the fundamental right, the directive principles of state policy can be followed, and no anarchy can be prevailed in system, right? No anarchy can be prevailed. Citizens' fundamental right, liberty, citizens' liberty, and equality can be preserved. Fundamental right of citizen can be preserved. So basically constitution is basic law, it is a basic fundamental law, and once the George Washington mentioned that the constitution is a law book which I will never can abandon, right? So we are delivering this lecture in English medium, right? If Hindi medium students are not going to understand, then surely you can tell in comment section, and I will upload same lecture which I am delivering now will be in Hindi, pure Hindi, right? So you can understand in better manner. So those are English medium students, they can understand very easily, because the mode of communication of this lecture is basically all in English, right? So basically I have tell you about the George Washington mentioned that the constitution is a law book which I will never abandon. Similarly, on same ground, on 4th of November 1948, in Constituent Assembly debate, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar tell one important issue. What is that issue? Ki Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar said ki likewise there is ABCD origin in soil. We already know ki the soil has major component, right? The soil is fertile or not, how we can judge? We can judge by seeing the top layer of soil. Let's suppose this is a rectangular box, and in this box this is A origin, right? This is B origin, this is C origin, this is D origin. These are the four top layer of soil, right? So this is top layer of soil, these are bottom layer of soil. So whatever the Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar said, so Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar said that this is the top layer of soil, and this top layer of soil can be compared to Constitution of India. This top layer of soil can be compared to Constitution of India. If any rain, let's suppose the rain is there, and very heavy rain is there, but if this top layer of soil is not getting diminished due to this heavy rain, so we can say the constitution is also in similar manner. That fundamental law, that basic law, that will never be abandoned, and that will never be get destroyed. that will never be get destroyed. So we have to preserve this constitution so that fundamental right of citizen, the liberty of citizen, the equality of citizen can be preserved in letter and spirit. Then only our current Viksit Bharat goal also can be achieved. This Viksit Bharat goal, Modi ji also tell about this Viksit Bharat goal, right? And by 2057, our aim is to achieve that Viksit Bharat, right? So Viksit Bharat goal can be achieved in letter and spirit if constitutional value will be preserved. And for prevalence of constitutional value, it is very much needed that constitutionalism can be promoted. So what is this constitutionalism, friends? So this constitutionalism is nothing but this constitutionalism is simple word. If I tell you what is this constitutionalism, so this constitutionalism means limited government. This constitutionalism means limited government. That means there cannot be any anarchy prevail. There cannot be any anarchy prevail. The fundamental right of citizen can be protected. How fundamental right of citizen can be protected? Let's suppose Article 14. Article 14 provides for equality before law, equal protection of law. Article 15 provides for prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. Article 16 provides for equality of opportunity in case of public employment. So it will not be like that ki if you are rich then you can appear, let's suppose ki UPSC examination. If you are poor, so you cannot appear in medical examination, IIT JEE or IAS exam. So it is not like that. If you are poor or you are rich, if you have color fair or if you are black in color, it doesn't matter. You have a gender male or female, doesn't matter, right? The constitutionalism is there in India and constitutional value followed in letter and spirit. That is why the fundamental right of citizens are protected in letter and spirit. They are followed. So that is Article 16, equality of opportunity in case of public employment. Article 21 provides for right to life, right? So these fundamental rights, if are getting preserved, then we can say constitutionalism is promoted in India, right? So till now we have seen about what do we mean by constitution. So once again I will going to deliver the constitution is a basic fundamental law. Constitution is a basic fundamental law and it need to be preserved. It need to be preserved so that citizens' liberty, equality, fundamental right, directive principles of state policy can be preserved, and our goal of Viksit Bharat by 2047 can be achieved, right? So let's continue this debate. So now I am going to tell you about some constitutional amendment. Ki this constitution is not a static concept. This constitution is not a static concept. It changes according to changing need of society, right? So how this constitution it changes according to changing need of the society. Let's suppose America is there. So if we talk about American constitution, then it can be very well mentioned that till now today, as we are approaching in the 2026, only 27th time constitutional amendment happened in America. But if we talk about India, then we can surely see that 106 time constitution has been amended. So total 106 time constitution has been amended. And if I talk about some basic constitutional amendment, what are they? So let's suppose ki 99th constitutional amendment is there. What is this 99th constitutional amendment, friends? So when it was delivered in parliament and law was made basically ki the judges appointment will be done through executive, and in executive there will be a prime minister, law minister and something. So this was challenged in Supreme Court, and Supreme Court said that this 99 Constitutional Amendment Act, the judicial judges appointment will be nullified on the grounds of impinging the basic structure of constitution. So what is this basic structure of constitution? That will be discussed in later classes. But if I talk about the basic part of this basic structure, so basic structure means the basic structure debate arise in Keshav Nanda Bharati case. So in Keshav Nanda Bharati case, The bench was 7:6. Total 13 judges were there, right? And in case of Nanda Bharti case, Supreme Court affirmed that whenever you are making any law or whenever any decision government is taking, but this basic structure needs to be preserved in letter and spirit, so that constitutionalism can be promoted, so that constitution value can be promoted. And this basic structure include, let's suppose ki fair election, federal division of power between central government and state government, right? Rule of law can be preserved. So these are basically concepts related to basic structure. So this basic structure needs to be preserved. That is why 99th Constitutional Amendment Act promoted कि judges cannot be appointed through executive, because we need to maintain the separation of power. The separation of power debate already told by this French philosopher, right? French philosopher Montesquieu in his seminal work Spirit of Law. He mentioned about 3 organs. What are these 3 organs? So first organ is legislature, second is executive, and third is judiciary. So legislature, executive and judiciary, about these 3 organs in his seminal work, French philosopher Montesquieu already tell these are 3 important components, right? Legislature work is to make law. Legislature work is to make law. Executive work is to execute law. Executive work is to execute law. And judiciary work is to execute that law. Whether that law is following the constitutional value, whether that law is according to prevailing value of constitution or not, whether it is violating this basic structure. If it is violating basic structure, then it will be nullified. So these are the basic 3 organs, and French philosopher Montesquieu has talked about them. Also, if we see about this 101st Constitutional Amendment Act, that talk about GST, right? GST, goods and service tax, we all know. If we talk about 102nd Constitutional Amendment Act, so 102nd Constitutional Amendment Act talk about National Commission for Backward Class. If I talk about 106th Constitutional Amendment Act, that talk about the reservation of 1/3 seats for women in Lok Sabha, right? In Lok Sabha, and also in State Legislative Assembly, that will be applied after 2026, right? So basically these Constitutional Amendment Act done from time to time as the accommodative society needs are diversified. Let's suppose ki for women we are giving reservation for women, Nari Shakti Bandhan Adhiniyam. So in Nari Shakti Bandhan Adhiniyam, 1/3 seats are reserved for women, right? So by the need arise for Nari Shakti Bandhan Adhiniyam, because we want to promote gender justice. We want to promote gender justice कि only men should not be sit in parliament, only male should not be sit in parliament. Women strength should also be increased in parliament, so that the equality that promoted through Article 15 fundamental right, Article 15 fundamental right, that provides for the prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex. So this is gender, right? Sex or place of birth. So equality will be permitted in India, then the society will go in long run, and the constitutional value will be preserved in letter and spirit. The second concept also I want to discuss about you is nation. One concept is nation and state. What is the difference, right? So basically this nation, if I talk, so nation means you have a common culture, common languages is there, shared cultures is there, what festivals, dance, drama, music, right? The commonality. If I talk about you North culture, so North people generally follow vegetarian they are. If I talk about South culture, so they are generally non-vegetarian. If I talk about Northeast part, so Northeast part like Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram, in inner line permit issue is also there. If I want to enter that area, we have to take first inner line permit from government, right? Because in Northeast their culture is different. Dance, drama, folk music, they are played there. The group dancing is also there. People gather together in group and they dance like here and there. So their culture, their language, dialects, drama, music, everything is very different. So friends, nation is basically following common culture, common languages, right? And among brotherhood we are following fundamental duty. Also talk about preserve brotherhood, right? So that society can progress in an intellectual manner. So basically I have talked about the nation here. Also we see about state, what is state. So you can just see here on board. Let's suppose this is the circle and there are so many people. These people are united together. They have brotherhood, right? They are following brotherhood policy, right? They all are united together, live with common consensus and share their emotions with each other, right? If any external force or any enemy come to destroy this brotherhood among these people or try to curb their unity or try to destroy their culture, their languages, anything, then these all people will be come together and will fight against this enemy. So this is basically state. So the state possesses an organized government, a fixed boundary. This is fixed boundary, you can see. So state possesses this fixed boundary, organized government, right? And this fixed territory, we can see political boundary is there, organized government is there, and people are living together with common consensus and brotherhood is followed. So basically this is state. And also you know कि India is basically known for a salad of ball, not a melting of pot. So generally one scholar in Indian context tell about that India follow salad of ball concept, not melting of pot. So why this scholar said this ki India follow salad of ball concept, not melting of pot, that we are going to discuss. So friends, we all know ki if we have one ball, and in this bowl, let's suppose ki we have potato, I have onion, right? This is onion, this is potato, and also I have tomato, right? I have tomato, potato, onion is there. So many ingredients are there. So they are basically mixed and together constituting salad, right? They are together constituting this salad, right? But together constituting salad. So in similar manner in India, in this bowl, there is several people having different religion. Let's suppose ki Hindu, Muslim, right? Sikh, Christian. So Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Christians are there. Also several caste, general category, OBC category, SC, ST, several caste is there. Several religion they have. Several different types of dance, drama, folk music. Let's suppose I have already discussed about the northeastern culture, right? North culture, south culture. So culture is also different. Dance, drama, folk music is also different. But these people are united together. These people are united together and living with spirit of oneness. Living with spirit of oneness. That is why India is known as united country. India is known as united country. So India is follow salad of ball concept, not a melting of pot. It is not like one pot ki if you melt then it will be divided into several constituents. It is not like that. The several constituents come together and they form one this. Let's suppose ki you can understand by this ki several constituents come together and they form this one. They form this one duster. So it is like that ki this is whole India, right? So I have delivered this concept to you and you can use this particular concept in India follow basically salad of ball, not a melting of pot in men's answer writing also. And friends, I have also decided ki I will provide you this lecture if possible on daily basis. One lecture will be delivered and after this lecture what we are going to do ki we are also going to provide you one question for answer writing. That will be men's question. So from day one, we are going to provide you one question. As after this lecture, completion of this lecture, I will provide you one question, and you have to write the answer of that question in 100 to 150 words. If those are serious, you can also forward answer to me on my WhatsApp number, that is 9340786461, 9340786461. If you are willing that you want to see whether you have write all the good points or not, whether introduction, body and conclusion are in chronological manner or not, they are coherent or not. If you want, then you can just WhatsApp me. Otherwise, in next lecture I will discuss about the answer, right? So basically answer writing also we will focus, so that your preparation can be holistic, and in UPSC 2027 if you are got selected, then for Mahakal IAS, for whole Mahakal IAS, as I am a Mahakal IAS director, it will be a very good news for us, right? So next concept we are going to discuss ki till now we have seen about the constitution debate, right? Let's discuss about this constituent assembly. So friends, when debate was emerging, as you know, we have borrowed several features from different country, like we have borrowed fundamental right from British Constitution, we have borrowed fundamental rights from American Constitution, and we have borrowed this parliamentary system of government from Britain, right? We have borrowed directive principles of state policy from Ireland, right? We have borrowed this concurrent list, and we will study in 7th schedule, right? What are schedule, that are also I am going to explain later part. But I am telling you we have borrowed this concurrent list system, where on concurrent list central government and state government both can make rule. So this we have borrowed from Australia, right? So we have borrowed fundamental right from America. We have borrowed this parliamentary system of government from Britain. We have borrowed directive principles of state policy from Ireland. We have borrowed from Australia, that is concurrent list system. So likewise, this we have borrowed from several countries. We have borrowed this Rajya Sabha seat election is there from South Africa. So basically we have our features are borrowed. Our constitution is borrowed from several part of India. That is why it takes almost 2 years, 11 months and 18 days, right? So our constitution took around 2 years, 11 months and 18 days to commence. So Constituent Assembly basically from 9th of December 1946 to 26th of November 1949, Constitution adopted, and finally Constitution commenced from 26th of January 1950. So this Constituent Assembly was formed, and drafting committee was also formed. Drafting committee chairman was Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, who is also known as father of Indian Constitution, right? And very learned man, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. So Krishna Swami Iyer was there, Krishna Swami Aladi Swami Iyer was there, right? Swami Satchidanand was there. He was the temporary president of this Constituent Assembly, and this Constituent Assembly members were elected, right? So basically there is a concept of princely states and provinces. So this provinces comprises of Bombay, right, Madras and Bengal, right? These were provinces, and this princely state, there was princess, right, who was ruling on behalf of British. So these princes elect the member to go in this Constituent Assembly, and similarly this princes elect, so that was indirectly system, and from these provinces also members were elected to go in this Constituent Assembly, right? So in Constituent Assembly several debate was happened, right? And several differences were there among the members of Constituent Assembly, ki how we are borrowing. Some people also criticizing about Constituent Assembly, that also we are going to discuss. But on several parameters there was common consensus. That is why I have already explained you the several features we have borrowed from different parts of Constitution, and that I have discussed, like fundamental right from America, like parliamentary system from Britain, right? So common consensus was later formed, and 299 members was there in Constituent Assembly. So in Constituent Assembly, several debates happened, and on every parameter we have borrowed the best of best features from several part of world and several part of country. We have borrowed best of best features to accommodate in letter and spirit into Indian Constitution. Right. So after this Constituent Assembly, several committees were formed. Right. Several committees were formed, and they were chaired by different persons. Like Jawaharlal Nehru chaired this power committee. Right. So other committees are also there. You can just see in Lakshmikant. So many committees are there. So basically, we are here discussing about conceptual part. That is rectification. You can easily just go through Lakshmikant. So you can map up all these committees. If any factual question come in prelims, so that can be dealt from there, right? So Constituent Assembly formed, and we have discussed about these. Now the next debate is कि the Constitution has emerged. So basically, this Constitution in India is a tangible book. Let's suppose this is book. So this book we are following in letter and spirit, and this book is Constitution. We are worshipping this Constitution. But if I talk about Britain, so in Britain there is no concept of particular book, because the Britain Constitution is unwritten constitution. The British Constitution is unwritten constitution, and there is no such book. In 2005, through one Constitutional Amendment Act, they have come with the concept of judiciary. Judiciary emerged from there, right? So basically, Parliament gave birth to judiciary, right? But our judiciary, you know, our judiciary take power from Constitution, because all those laws are subordinate to Constitution. Constitution is basically above all. That is why people elect our MLA, MP, and people are basically kingmaker, right? And rule of law is preserved in India. Every 5-year election is there. So these are the basic things I need to discuss you, right? So this constitution is divided into parts. Now basic question emerges, why this constitution is divided into part. So friends, this constitution is divided into part. Because constitution is a very bulky document. So in order to each learn, right? In order to each and learn this constitution, it is very much needed that we can divide it into part, so that several features of this constitution, several parameters of this constitution can be understood in a lucid manner, right? In a lucid manner. So constitution is a one document, and it is divided into part. Let's suppose part 1 is there, part 2 is there, part 3 is there, part 4 is there, part 5, right? Part 6, part 7, part 8, like this part till 89, part 18 is there. So part 1 talk about, let's suppose, union and its territory, right? India is a union of states, as we generally say. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar also said that India is a union of states, not a state union. That means that all states are subordinate. That means we can say that the states cannot be separated, or there cannot be destructible nature, right? Their states are indestructible. That is why India is called union of states. So states are not come together and they form union. States are not come together and form union, as like we can see in American Constitution. But in India is a union of states, right? That means union is a supreme over state. State does not have right to get secessionist. They cannot possess secessionist tendency, because if they possess secessionist tendency, then this unity that I was talking about, the Celadopol concept, that will get diminished, right? So India is a union of states. So union and territory mentioned in part 1. Part 2 mentioned about citizenship. Part 3 comprises of fundamental right. Part 4 basically mentioned about fundamental. Part 4A. This is part 4A, right? So part 1 union and its territory. Part 2 citizenship. Part 3, fundamental right. Part 4, directive principles of state policy. And this part 4th A covers fundamental duty. After this part 4th, there is also part 5th, that is Union Executive, part 6th is State Executive, and likewise these part 9th A Panchayat Municipality, that also you know, right? So basically there is an individual document and this book is there, that is Constitution. This Constitution is divided into part so that we can understand this Constitution in a very lucid manner, and these parts are further divided into articles. If I talk about this part 1, Union and State Territory, then Article 1 to Article 4 is covered under part 1. Under part 2, Article 5 to Article 11. Article 5 to Article 11 is covered. Under part 3, Article 12, Article 35 is covered. Similarly, in directive principles of state policy, if I talk, so Article 36 to Article 51. Likewise, these parts are divided further into articles. The next concept which I am going to discuss, I will provide you notes also. So you all, those are watching, you can take out your notebook and whatever notes I will dictate you need to dictate, right? So 5-10 minutes I am going to explain one concept, that is schedule, and afterwards just take your this pen and copy, and whatever I will deliver you need to write in lectures, right? So schedule. So basically the next concept is schedule. What do you mean by schedule? So schedules are also basically part of Constitution. What is schedule? Schedule are part of Constitution. Schedule is nothing. Schedule is a part of Constitution, and basically the need emerged for schedule so that the different provisions can be understood in a very lucid and very easily manner. So schedule is nothing but schedule are part of Constitution and they are attached to the Constitution so that we can learn and discuss about this Constitution in a very easily manner. Let's suppose ki schedule 1 is there, that talk about, right? Schedule 1 talk about this state, how states formation, union and its state, right? Territory, about it talk. Schedule 2, there is a mention of emoluments and allowances regarding president office, vice president office, right? Prime minister, this deputy speaker. Similarly, schedule 3 is there. So schedule 3 talk about different types of oaths which judges take: Supreme Court judges, High Court judges, member of Legislative Assembly, member of Parliament. So many things are there. Similarly, in schedule 4 it talks about allocation of seats to Rajya Sabha. Schedule 5 talk about administration of scheduled area and scheduled tribe. Schedule 6 talk about administration of Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram. Schedule 7 is there, which talk about division of power between government, right? Let's suppose I have already tell you about we have borrowed concurrent list features from Australian Constitution. So let's suppose there is schedule 7 and it is talking about these 3 lists. One list is union list, one list is state list, and one list is concurrent list. So these 3 types of list is there. So union list, basically there are several examples I can give to you. Like in union list there is banking, defense, communication, right? Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI. So these are the subjects on which union government, or we can say central government, can frame the law, can frame the rules, regulation, law. If I talk about state list, so under state list there is a police, law and order, land. These are 3 subjects under state list. If I talk about concurrent list, so on concurrent list both state government and central government, or we can say union government, can frame law, rules and regulation. That is forest or wildlife, right? Education. So education can also, on education also, both central government and state government can make law. Right to education is there, it is a constitutional amendment act. Or if I talk about marriage, so regarding marriage also, both central government and state government can make law. So these all the details are mentioned in schedule, and these details need to be concise. So that is why they are mentioned in schedule, right? Like oath need to be concise. So oath is mentioned of different people in this schedule number 3, right? Allocation of seat to Rajya Sabha mentioned in schedule number 4. Schedule number 7 I have already explained you. Schedule 8 talk about languages concept. So initially when constitution was commenced, right, on 26th of November 1949, and it was commenced, basically it was followed in letter and spirit from 26th of January 1950. So there was total 395 articles, right? If you see, if you can say ki there are 490 articles or like this, so there are no 490 articles today also. Today also there are 395 articles. What we have done is keep from article number 1 to article 395 are there. If we want to add, so capital A represent this amendment. So you have seen about ki article 39A is there, free legal aid is there, right? Or if any other thing. So this capital A basically provide amendment. So we have done amendment inside this. Article 1 to article 395 is there, and we have done amendment in between. So that is why you can see that there are 495 articles on that is. And initially there was 8 schedule. Initially there was 8 schedule, but today we have 12 schedule. As you can see ki the 9th schedule talk about this defection law is there, right? 10th schedule is there. 9th schedule basically talk about the 10th schedule is related to defection. 9th schedule prevent from judicial review. If any law is there before 1971, then it can be prevent from judicial review, right? It can be prevent from judicial review. That is mentioned in 9th schedule. 10th schedule anti-defection law is there. 11th schedule is there. 12th schedule is there, and this municipality and panchayat related things we discuss about 11th schedule, 12th schedule. So basically, originally, if anybody asks you originally how many schedules were there, so originally there was 8 schedule, but today it is 12 schedule, right? And 395 articles are there. So if I talk about now ki what is the significance of this constitution, as already I have discussed a lot, but if I talk about what is the significance of constitution. So friends, if constitution will be there, so what can be the benefit? So first benefit is liberty of citizen will be safeguarded. Second one is there, key right to equality will be promoted. Gender discrimination will be ended. Right. Sustainable development goal. Such as if I talk about sustainable development goal number 1, SDG 1. That talk about zero poverty. Sustainable development goal number 2, that talk about no hunger. Likewise, sustainable development goal 3, health, education. Like sustainable development goal 5 talk about promote gender equality. Sustainable development goal 10 talk about reduce gender inequality. So these things, if we promote constitution, and also if constitution promoted, then constitutionalism will be promoted in letter and spirit. And what is this constitutionalism? this constitutionalism is nothing but it is basically about promoting limited government so that anarchy cannot be prevailed, and David Icey, a British jurisprudence who gave the concept of rule of law, so that rule of law can be preserved in letter and spirit. So right friends, and Viksit Bharat goal by 2047 can be achieved in letter and spirit with सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास, right? That is the ideology. Now, if I talk about this Constituent Assembly, some critics, what were the critics of this Constituent Assembly, right? So friends, the critics of Constituent Assembly were there. That suppose someone said ki it is not a sovereign body, right? Someone said ki it is not a sovereign body, right? Likewise, someone said like Granville Austin. This Granville Austin said ki it is a one-party system. How this is one-party system? Ki the Congress member dominated in Constituent Assembly. So many Congress members are there, so they will promote more Hinduism, right? More Hinduism interest will be served. The Muslim interest, Sikh community interest will not be served. That said, this Granville Austin. Someone said that there are so many lawyers in this Constituent Assembly. So how that can lead to diverse nature of this Constituent Assembly, or how diverse people, there are several different castes there, several religions there, how their interest can be served. Radwala also said, someone said ki it is not representing all the people, right? And also someone said ki it is a drifting committee as it takes around 2 years, 11 months and 18 days, right? This one allegation was also there ki it is a drifting committee, right? Very slow decision making is there. So many criticism were there, but we have come with a beautiful and very comprehensive and lucid constitution, and this constitution, if we will preserve in letter and spirit, then the liberty, equality, the fundamental right, the directive principles of state policy, the rule of law will be preserved in letter and spirit, and our goal of Viksit Bharat by 2047 can be achieved in right manner, right friends? So in these 42 minutes I have talked about so many concepts to you, right? And now it is time to take out your pen and copy so that all the things which I have discussed till can be written in your notes. And let me tell you what is your job. Your job is the first I am going to deliver all the things, then you need to note down in your copy and you will revise them again and again, and also you will make summary of notes. How will we make summary of notes from this class 1? That I will tell you. So first, write the heading Constitution. So write Constitution. Constitution is the fundamental law of land. Constitution is the fundamental law of land. All the law that are made in India are subordinate to Constitution, right? The Constitution basically follow the philosophy. The Constitution basically follow the philosophy and ideology. To promote diverse nature of all people, so that nobody remain untouched. This constitution is not a static concept. This constitution is not a static concept. It is an organic law. As per as the need of society changes, the constitutional amendment happen. Example, 101 Constitutional Amendment Act, 106 Constitutional Amendment Act, 101 Constitutional Amendment Act, 106 Constitutional Amendment Act, 102nd Constitutional Amendment Act, right? In front of 101st Constitutional Amendment Act, you can write GST. In front of 102nd Constitutional Amendment Act, you can write National Commission for Backward Class. In front of 106th Constitutional Amendment Act, you can write Nari Shakti Bandhan Adhikam, right? Next thing, you can write the Granville Austin. No, sorry, you can write George Washington. You can write George Washington. This is the spelling George, George, Washington, George Washington. So you can write George Washington talk about the Constitution is a rule book. The Constitution is that rule book which I will never abandon. Full stop. On 9th of December 1948, on 4th of November 1948, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar in Constituent Assembly debate noted that this constitution is like a top layer of soil. This constitution is like a top layer of soil, and you can just make this diagram A, B, C, D. Several ABCD origins there of soil, right? This top layer of soil we need to preserve. This top layer of soil, right? This top layer of soil we need to be preserved so that constitutionalism can be promoted. And what is this constitutionalism? This constitutionalism is limited government. Right? Now you can mention the next heading, that is Constituent Assembly. And under this you can just make these two arrows. On one side you can write provinces. I think it is visible. It is provinces. If not visible, you can just mention comment, right? It is provinces. And here you can write princely state. Under these provinces, you can write Bombay, Bihar, Madras, right? And this is princely state. You can write the princes, who were ruling on behalf of British. They elect member of Constituent Assembly. So basically, direct and indirect election both happen, right? And 299 member was there. And you can write the several debate happen in Constituent Assembly. So that best of best features can be adopted in Indian Constitution from several part of world. Example, fundamental right, you can mention fundamental right. In bracket you can mention Article 12 to Article 35. So you can write fundamental right was mentioned. Fundamental right, or you can write fundamental right was taken. From USA. Second point, you will write parliamentary form of government. Parliamentary form of government was taken from Britain. Next, you can write the directive principles of state policy. Was taken from Ireland, right? You can write the concurrent list. This features was taken from Australia Constitution. And next you can write from South Africa we have adopted. Rajya Sabha election feature, right? So these points you can note. First is fundamental right, second is parliamentary form of government, third is DPSP, that is taken from Ireland, parliamentary form of government taken from Britain, fundamental right taken from USA, concurrent list taken from Australian constitution, and from South Africa we have adopted Rajya Sabha election. ठीक है, right? So now you can just mention what are the critics of Constituent Assembly who have criticized. So you can write as per Granville Austin. As per Granville Austin, he pointed out that in Constituent Assembly, basically it is a Congress party. It is basically a Congress party because so many Congress members are there. And they are promoting Hindu ideology. The several other religions such as Muslim, Sikh, Christian, their interests are not getting served. Granville Austin mentioned that. Second point you can mention ki some people have allegation. Ki it is not a representative body. And not a sovereign body. Some constitutional who have knowledge of constitution, so some constitutionalism, so you can just write ki some philosopher or constitutional writer also note that in Constituent Assembly there was so many lawyer who have come with this constitution, right? So this is basically we can say criticism of Constituent Assembly. Now you can mention कि Constitution is a fundamental law, a simple guidebook, and this Constitution is divided into part. This Constitution is divided into part so that Constitution can be understood in easily and lucid manner. Then you will write full stop. Then you will write these parts are further divided into articles. So that in a lucid and easy manner we can understand Constitution. And Constitution is divided into parts are further divided into articles, and articles are further divided into clauses. And clauses are further divided into sub-clauses, right? Then we will note this, right? Part 1, this is you have to write in numerical, right? Not this. If you are writing this 1, 2, 3, then it will be wrong. In numeric you will write part 1 and just write part 1 Union and Territory. And in front of Union and Territory you will write article 1 to 4. Next you will write part 2. In front of part 2 you will write citizenship. In front of citizenship you need to write article 5 to 11. Next you will write part 3, and in front of part 3 you will write fundamental right, and in front of fundamental right you will write article 12 to article 35. Next you will write part 4. In front of part 4 you will write DPSP, Directive Principles of State Policy. That is article 36 to article 51. Right? Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 you will write, and you can also just write the part 4th you can write. Part 4th that talk about fundamental duty. Then you can mention about part 6 that talk about Union Executive, part 7 State Executive, part 8 about legislative, and then part 9A, right? Like this. But generally you can mention this, right? Next topic you can write heading schedule. So you can just write heading schedule. can just write heading schedule, and you can write schedules are part of constitution. Schedules are part of constitution and they are attached to constitution. The significance of schedule is that we can understand constitution. In very easy manner, and the things which are mentioned in constitution are mentioned in schedule, so that we can easily understand whole constitution, right? And you can write schedule 1, that it talk about the name of state, union territory. You can write schedule 2, that talk about the provision regarding to emoluments and allowance of President of India, Governor, right? Deputy Speaker is there. Schedule 3, you can just mention key oath taken, the judges of Supreme Court, judges of High Court, Deputy Speaker, MP, MLA. Schedule 4, you can write key allocation of seat in Rajya Sabha. Schedule 5, you can write key provision regarding administration of schedule area and schedule tribe. And schedule 6, you can just mention provision regarding administration of area of northeastern state like Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram, right? Then you can just write this schedule 7. And under this schedule 7, you can write there is 3 lists. Power is divided between 3 lists. That is, first is central list in bracket mention union list. Second is state list. And third is concurrent list. Under central list, you can mention, for example, that is banking, right? Banking is there. CBI, Central Bureau of Investigation. These 2 examples you can note. In state list, here defense also you can note. Communication also you can note. Under state list, you can note police, law and order, land. If I talk about concurrent list, so you can just mention key on concurrent list, both central government and state government can make law. Both central government, or we can say union government, and state government can make law. For example, you can note this forest and wildlife, right? Education, and marriage. These 3 subjects you have to mention here, and you can just take arrow, flow chart will be there, because if we talk about mains examination, so whenever you are going to discuss about schedule 7, so basically you will draw this, you will write like schedule 7, put it in a box, and you can make these 3 arrow. You can write central list, state list, concurrent list, and under the central list you can mention these examples. Under state list you can mention these examples. Under concurrent list you can mention these examples, right? So likewise this you can complete. So friends, till now I have all the things I have delivered you. Last part is significance of constitution. So just mention key, right? George Washington mentioned the Constitution is a rule book. George Washington mentioned that Constitution is a rule book that I will never abandon. Second point you can write the Constitution promote interest of diverse section. Example, several religion, several religion. Second point you can note the constitution promote or you can just write the constitution help in avoiding instance of gender discrimination. It promote political right of women, and for example you can give the example Nari Shakti Bandhan Adhikam. Next point you can note the constitution reflect ideology and philosophy of spirit of oneness. And an example you can write the salad of ball concept is followed in India. Next you can write the liberty and equality of citizen remains safeguarded. Next point 6 you can write it promote constitutionalism, that is limited government. So all these points I have clear here what is the significance of constitution. And last point you can write it protect the fundamental rights of citizen. For example, Article 14 that provides equality before law and equal protection of law. And equality before law taken from British and equal protection of law taken from America. Next is Article 15 prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. Article 21 that provides for right to life. Article 16 that provides for equality of opportunity in case of public employment. Article 25 provides for right to profess, practice and propagate religion. And then you can mention the directive principles of state policy can also be strengthened, and this organization of village panchayat is there. Article 39A free legal aid is there, that is also provided. Article 44 uniform civil code is there. Fundamental duty, the brotherhood, common spirit, environmental conservation, that also can be safeguarded. And in last you can mention if constitutionalism is promoted or constitution value can be promoted, then goal of Viksit Bharat can be achieved in letter and spirit and the Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam philosophy, spirit of oneness and well-being of world can be preserved. So friends, in this 1 hour discussion we have seen all these things. You can just revise them again and again, and now you need to make summary of this lecture. How we will make the summary? So let's suppose the first point I have talked about constitution. So you can just mention in box and you can write in front of constitution ki it reflects the ideology and philosophy of nation. Next point you can write ki constitution is divided into part is divided into article divided into clause is divided into subclause. Third point you can write schedule. In front of schedule you can write these are part of constitution and attached to constitution, schedule 1, schedule 2, this is mentioned. You can write fourth point significance of constitution, and whatever I have discussed in all the significance you can mention in fourth point. In fifth point you can write this statement, George Washington tell about key. And this constitution is a rule book which I will never abandon. So this statement you can use in mains examination whenever question come on constitution. So friends, I am giving you one homework question, one answer writing question, and question is what do you mean by constitution? Also discuss the significance of constitution. So I have given here question, and question is what do you mean by constitution, and also discuss the significance of constitution. So you need to write this answer in 150 words. Those are serious, you can just mail me, you can just WhatsApp me the answer of this question, that is 9340786461. This is my mobile number. You can just WhatsApp the answer of this question, or those who cannot, they can write by their own self. And in next class, first I will discuss answer of this question, then I will move towards next concept, that is written constitution and unwritten constitution. What is Magna Carta, right? That is taken from UK, so that we will discuss in broad manner, right? So friends, today lecture is over, and just go and revise, right? And we are also launching next batch, that is in offline online mode for UPSC examination. Already our batches are going. So from 25th of March, next batch will be in offline and online mode will be there, and our coaching is located in Madhya Pradesh, Bankedi, 180 km from Bhopal. So if anybody want to take any inquiry, you can just talk to me on 9340786461. So have a good luck, friends, and likewise, as all time I said to you, if you like my efforts, so you can just like, subscribe and share this video to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any social media platform, right? If you like my effort. If you do not like my effort, then simply you can ignore. But if you really like my hard work, then you can share this video to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, anywhere, and also you can subscribe and share among your friends. So thank you very much, friends. We will meet you in next session. Till take care and bye bye. Good night.